Hello. We can't hear you.
You can't.
Oh, now we can. Okay, wait, everybody get in.
No, I'm moving the back.
Sorry, how do we?
Yeah,
Are we all
we'll
in?
have to back up.
There we go.
Okay, okay. How are you? Yeah? Good. Daniel, this is Rick
All right, man.
and Eric.
Hey,
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. A long, long time ago, I believe it was 2011. We talked about this yesterday. It's 2011. We decided to make some records for our families. For Christmas. We didn't have tons of money. It was a long time ago, and just getting started as musicians and all that. So we went down to Nashville. We recorded a record, and we came back home and we did a concert for it to release that particular record. And we sold 400 CDs on the first night, and it was extremely overwhelming and very exciting. And we're like, wow, this is really cool and magical. And so we decided just to keep going and doing it every season. It's been an amazing ride.
Yeah, it actually started before then, um, especially in this particular iteration. So I lived in Nashville for 10 years, and Eric still lives in Nashville, but I met him probably in 2007 or 8. And he and I were leading worship at the same church and kind of met through that, and then started writing songs together and ended up starting a band called This and That. And at a certain point, we made a little Christmas EP with the song It's Christmas. And then when I started contemplating moving back to Kansas City, I was asked to play a Christmas show in Kansas City. And so played with, had a good friend of mine from Kansas City play with me named Barkley Martin. And so we played the Christmas songs from that EP plus a bunch of classics. Barkley happened to live with Rick. And so when Barkley and I were talking about making a record, we're like, hey, Rick, want to make a record? So Eric was kind of in on it always from the get-go. The songs that we were singing and sort of my style for sure was really heavily influenced by Eric. Barkley, the other member, the original member of the Snow Globes, since moved to Barcelona and still plays with us sometimes. But Eric is kind of
I've been brought back into the fold.
has been brought back to fold, which has been so fun. It just feels really familiar and comfortable, and he has one of my favorite voices you've ever heard. So that I've ever heard.
That's very kind.
No, not at all.
It's actually pretty easy. They just say that they'll feed me and put a roof over my head, and we get to play music, and it's great.
Come play some fun shows with us, Eric. We'll have an excellent time, and we always do.
It feels like what I do in December because I've done it for the past 5 years or whatever, 4 years. So it just feels like normal.
Yeah, actually, Daniel, the first year that he came to do this, we went to a dinner party with your sister, and all the girls fell in love with him, and we're all married, but everybody was trying to, but everyone's trying to get him to move here. So
did they fall in like with you?
Yes, they did. They did, as everyone does. So.
Oh man!
Oh, that's
there's a story. So we on the trip down to Nashville for the first time when we were making the first record, we kind of were going over.
It's about a 9-hour drive.
Yeah, we had tons of times to talk. We're talking about life and like, okay, we're making a record, and if we do actually make a full length record, we got to have a name, right? And so we just kind of kept going over all of them, and bouncing ideas off friends and family. And I think the Snow Globes was probably one of the first ones we did come up with, but never like strongly considered it. And then I think it was pretty close to the time when it was time to go, and we were sort of debating between two names, and then ultimately, I'm very, very pleased we went with the snow globes because I don't think any of them.
Well, we had tons of ideas, and most of them were funny. We all have the same kind of dry sense of humor, and it is not lost on us that this is a Christmas band. And so, we were kind of trying to be light with it, but ultimately, we landed on the snow globes.
We kind of came up with a couple that were way too serious as well, and was like, no, we're a Christmas band. We bring cheer. We are the Snow Globes, and we are very thankful to be that.
The North Pole Dancers. That was another option.
The Holiday Inns, Express Yourself would have been the name of the record. There's so many.
North Pole Dancers.
Oh, do you want to know? Do you want to know the album name for that band?
What?
There's a nip. There's a nip in the air. The Holiday Inns.
Yeah,
The album name was Express Yourself.
Daniel, had that been the name, I would have never rejoined. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Express yourself.
Oh man.
Christmas Eve, maybe?
I know, I do love
Christmas
It
Eve
means
is
a
pretty
lot,
magical.
yeah, to you for sure.
I really did enjoy a good year. It pretty serious, and it was kind of meant for about 1 year, but it's
we wrote
pretty
it
magical.
in fall of 2020 when the world was kind of falling apart,
and amongst other things that were going on that year.
Mm-hmm.
It's Christmas though. The song it's ubiquitous with us now. It is part of who we are, and it's amazing to be able to perform a song that these guys wrote that everyone knows all the lyrics to. I never thought I could be a part of an original project that like something that like that could occur.
And apparently there's a choir singing it. Right?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
On Monday at Shawnee Mission North High School, I think.
I'm very excited to hear what they came up with. Like, it's going to be cool to hear another group perform it. Yeah. Very much so. We have some legwork still to do, but we'll be ready. And we're kind of crafting the set list right now. We've got some really amazing guests that are going to join us, and it's going to be a really, really cool night. December 18th, the Grand Theater.
I know he has tickets.
All right.
He'll be like right next to the stage. I think.
Okay. It's going to be a cool night. Really?
That'll be your first show?
Wow. Oh, that's going to be a great one to come to for your first show, man. We have our friends Shane and Ben from Quixotic. They're amazing string players. They'll be joining us. Our dear friend Jeff Freeling will also be playing the guitar and just bringing, magic.
And I think we just confirmed Mark Lowry is going to play piano too, which is really fun. Yeah, we did this particular show for the first time last year in the Quixotic Theater. We've teamed up with them before to do some things in their other venues, but it was really, really special. Just, I think that theater is awesome. It's kind of like stadium seating.
Yeah, it's raked seating, and so all the seats wrap around the stage, and there's just not a bad seat in the house. Like, everybody feels like you're part of the performance. Where the space is, I think, is special because it's the very top level of Crown Center. I don't know that there's anything more magical in KC than Crown Center at Christmas. Like, it's a special place above halls. It's just, there's a lot to it that makes it just a really, really neat place to perform. Oh man, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All over.
Yep. We've done shows for a lot of churches in the area, but we were actually supposed to play our first self-produced show. We were going to do at Jardines that very first year that we were a group. That was 2011. And like a month before we were set to play, Jardines shut down, which was super sad for us. So really sad for Kansas City. But Quixotic had a space on Cherry.
It was Cherry,
Yeah,
yeah.
on Cherry at the time. And like kind of in Union Hill, and they were super generous and were like, okay, just use our space. So we just pivoted. So Quixotic, we've done shows with them for
The whole time.
Basically the whole time. Yeah. We've done the Plaza lighting ceremony. We usually play at Union Station. We've done that for the past 8 years or so.
What's that really cool theater that we played a couple years ago? It's like downtownish with like the red seats.
Oh, the Midland.
The
Midland.
We played a lot of the
The
bigger
Mission
concert
Theater.
venues in town, and then like a lot of people's events, they like to have us come and just be a part of their atmosphere for their gathering.
Yeah, we do a lot of private and corporate events as well.
My favorite, honestly, is when we get to do house concerts. I think that's a perfect venue, like a nice small group of people that are fully listening to what we're doing. To me, it feels the best as a performer to be able to connect in that idiom.
What's your favorite?
I like the house shows too. I just like all of them. I just like to be able to do this. Honestly, I don't get to do music really ever. So when I get to come do music, it's really fun. Doesn't matter.
Which will shock you when you hear him because
he's magic.
Oh my gosh, he is.
They're really kind. I pay them to say those things. You'll have to tell us what your favorite songs are.
Yeah, we want to know.
What color? Maybe green? Was it green? Oh,
yeah.
That yellow and pink.
That was 16, I think.
Snowden.
Milk and cookies.
Yeah. Yeah, we love those. Those two in particular are more fun. Like have a lot of energy. Every record is a little bit different. We have 5. We have 5 Christmas albums.
4 full-length records and an EP.
And our next album, Songs in the Key of Christmas, will be
Yeah.
coming maybe 2025, 2026.
Is this breaking news?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe.
That might have been a bit of a leak, everyone.
Heard it here first, Daniel.
In the next 5 years, you can expect another record. Actually, that's a unique. Is it what?
Hard to write a song.
No.
Not with him.
No, we've been doing it for so long, it's pretty easy. Sometimes we get stuck and we can't figure out how to make it as magical as we want it, but the actual writing is not hard.
No.
I feel honored that they let me. They'll craft the song and they let me be a part of arranging it into something special, and I don't take that for granted. I know that they're allowing me to be a part of their art, and it feels special to me.
Most of his ideas are really bad, though. I'm just kidding, Daniel. Rick's amazing. He is just like the coolest dude ever and has great musical ideas.
No, the first the first two records we made in Nashville with a producer named Don Chaffer, who actually is kind of a local Kansas guy. I think he's mainly from Wichita, but has spent quite a bit of time in Kansas City. So we made him with Don, and then Don's assistant, his name was Greg LaFollette, who we actually made our last song, A Good Year, we did with Greg, and he is incredible and would love to work with him again in the future. And then we did 2 records with Mitch Dane, also in Nashville. I used to work for Mitch in the studio when I was living there. I was one of his, I don't know, I was his assistant or something. And then we did the Milk and Cookies one we made with a guy named John Steingard. And that was a way different experience for us because he really had more of like a pop approach, which we were actively trying to just make it a little more commercial sounding on that EP.
To your question of whether we, do it at home, I found during all the shutdowns, I did not enjoy recording myself. I like being in the studio. I like interacting with everybody. I don't want to be the one that wants to make sure that all my levels are okay and that everything's sounding right and all the little technical stuff is in line. I feel it takes away from me as a performer when I'm having to think of those things. So to be able to go into the studio and have that experience is very, very important to me. And I don't feel I can do my best work unless I am with others.
Our last single that we made, A Good Year, that we did with Greg LaFollette, like I was mentioning, we actually did do that one in Kansas City. Greg moved to Kansas City from Nashville and started, well, I should say he runs the studio at the Culture House in Olathe, and it is incredible. We were blown away by I mean, we just didn't think there was anything that awesome here.
It's a great space. It sounds wonderful, and
Yeah.
Greg is fantastic.
Mm-hmm. We would totally make another record with Greg.
I didn't know this.
Yes, right down the
just
road.
so you know, that's where we'll be.
That's probably the next one.
Songs in the Key of
Songs in the
Christmas.
Key of
Yeah,
Christmas.
Songs in the Key of Christmas.
Yes.
Greg LaFollette.
In Olathe.
Great. Man, I'm in.
It's like 15 minutes from here.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Eric doesn't know.
I find a lot of stuff out in the moment, Daniel.
Like now.
Yeah, like this moment.
My kids love Christmas because Eric comes and lives with us for a month, and he's actually going back and forth more this year than we had hoped, and my kids are really mad about it. They think he should be walking them to school every day and
It builds
picking them up.
character.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
How far is the school from here?
How far is school from my house? About a 10
minutes?
10-minute walk, 12 minutes. Not far.
We've
Eric
performed.
should definitely be walking my children.
We've performed for Lincoln's class before.
Oh yes.
That was a
They're
good
a
day.
tough crowd.
They are. They
Tough
were.
crowd.
I think we had them for about a song.
If that. We aren't doing that this year, are we?
Actually, we are.
Oh,
Are we?
I think we are. If you guys
See,
are up
we're
for it.
finding
See?
stuff out in the moment again.
They asked us.
breaking news.
They asked, and I said I thought we could, but
Okay.
we gotta talk details. Yeah. What's your favorite Christmas album, Daniel? Not Snow Globes. We know that's your favorite, but what's your other favorite? Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yep, she's really amazing.
Yes, she is.
Yeah. You should You need to listen to the Sia Christmas album. That's my favorite. Yeah, there are. And I
Like
think
Puppies Are
she-
Forever.
Like Puppies Are Forever,
That's
not
one
just
of
for
the
Christmas.
songs.
So good. Yeah, we
Sure.
actually do one of her songs called Underneath the Mistletoe. It's probably one of my favorites to perform, but that whole album is good. So good. And I think she just released an extended version of it. So there's even more songs that you can listen to.
Mm.
By us or by other people? We do both. Hmm. We're working on a few.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
not quite there
working on
yet,
one.
but we'll get there.
Yeah.
I think it, speaking of recording someone else, other artist's song, I think Underneath the Mistletoe would be a really cool one to
Mhm.
record for this group.
Yeah, we do a lot of songs now that aren't on any of the records.
Mhm.
So it'd be fun to do those.
Yes.
But it can be. It can be.
I fear using the word hard because to me it's enjoyable. Can it be arduous? Can it be difficult? Sure. But the whole process is so amazing that I couldn't call it hard, you know?
I actually think the first two records we made were probably, well, especially the first one was more difficult just because we didn't know what we sounded like yet.
Yeah, we didn't have a
just,
sound.
we just had some Christmas songs that we'd written and some that we were going to record to kind of fill the record. And
It was a lot of trial by error.
Yeah,
in
and
the first
then-
one.
and then every yeah, we just kept tweaking things to sound more like us. But then as the years have gone on, it's gotten progressively easier. One, because I think it's kind of like riding a bike, and the songs are just sort of ingrained in us now. And then I think everything else that we do, it's kind of like, oh yeah, does this sound like us? Like I think we know what we sound like,
Mhm.
so it's just a little easier now. But maybe Songs in the Key of Christmas should be like a rap album or something.
Could be.
Just really reach.
Really switch it up.
Yeah.
Switch it up.
Really expand our horizon.
Hmm.
Amy Grant.
Well, I know I was going to say Amy Grant Christmas was my ultimate, I think we may have surpassed her in Christmas albums though, which is,
Impressive.
I'm feeling good about that. But
I mean, I don't think Amy Grant has her own Christmas band, does she?
probably. Anyway, she was very, very influential in my life, and I do love her albums. Her Home for Christmas album, which was her second Christmas album. The first, I think, was called Tennessee Christmas. Second one, Home for Christmas, was released in the early 90s, and I think is one of the most gorgeous Christmas albums out there. It's so pretty. But on non-Christmas, I love The Head and the Heart. Who else do I love?
You love a lot of people.
I love a lot of people.
Mhm. You're very well rounded in your musical taste.
Yeah. I just love songs that feel good. If it has like a good beat, I'm in.
Rick and I are geeking out on this band called Wolfpack right now.
It's true.
They're very good.
Yeah, they are amazingly talented. My personal musical taste is extremely broad. I've always been of the mindset that I can listen to something in any genre and there's something about it I will enjoy. My big artists are, Paul Simon, Stevie Wonder, Tom Petty, Bela Fleck. I'm really into bluegrass. I'm really into folk music. I'm really into jazz. I have a jazz, a jazz performance degree. So I love Earl Garner and, so many amazing, like Miles Davis, and, list goes on and on. Django Reinhardt is big. I love, early French jazz. It's phenomenal. So I try to find the best thing from each genre out there. And because so many people have so many wonderful musical voices, to me, it's like, why not experience that? Don't close yourself off. Always be open. Always find something that can inspire you, especially as a performing generative artist. You've got to continually find inspiration. And that can come from anywhere.
I think I haven't actually heard them yet, but I think one of my favorite new bands is going to be the Shakedown Strings, which Rick just started. A Grateful Dead.
Yeah.
They're an acoustic Grateful Dead.
Yeah, we're acoustic Grateful Dead tribute band, and on Wednesday night we played our 8th show, and it's just been an absolute blast. As far as like other bands, there's just like so much good music here. We don't really play with other groups just because like we generally are putting on our own show, or B, we're playing for an event. So we don't play like a lot of like local, just like club venues.
Mm-hmm.
So we haven't had too many opportunities to do that. But I mean, think like Sarah Swinson, incredible.
Barnaby Bright.
Barnaby Bright is amazing.
We love Barnaby
Calvin
Bright.
Arsenia. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. This is a really big jazz town. There's just like so many incredible jazz artists that just live here. Ebony Fondren, amazing. Bron Winans, incredible. Like Brom's been a good friend and mentor to me for almost 20 years now. Just the list is kind of endless.
Yeah. Mark Lowry, Jeff Freeling,
yes.
And Jeff's band, Victor and Penny, so good.
Mm-hmm.
Jeff and Aaron. So we've got a ton of talent here, and actually, when I lived in Nashville, I thought I would never move back here. When I met my husband while I was here visiting, and so I was coming back here a lot, and was like, I'm never moving back here. I am not moving back to Kansas City. But through that process of dating him, like we saw all sorts of incredible musicians, all sorts of great shows. The food scene was amazing. The art scene was amazing. And it just kind of made me rethink, why I needed to be there, because it was so awesome here too. So. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Nice. Cool.
That's awesome. That's amazing.
Nice. Very cool.
Yeah. Well, thanks for doing this with us. We really appreciate it. Yeah, so we are the Snow Globes official, on Instagram. We have a website, which is just thesnowglobes.com.
Spotify.
You can find us on Spotify,
Apple Music. We have a Facebook.
We're playing this Sunday at 6:00. It's free at Union Station. It's outside.
Yeah. December 4th.
December 4th,
right?
yeah, 6 p.m. There will be food trucks, and I guess the Canadian Pacific Holiday Train is going to come by, and so they're having an event for that. Next Saturday night, the It's at the
It's
10th.
it's the 10th.
We'll
yeah.
be at the Toy Miniature Museum from 6 to 9, and then our big show on the 18th at Crown Center. Which tickets you can get through our website.
There are tickets available. They are moving quickly, so if you want to come, definitely get on that one. Through our website and all of our. I think it's on our Instagram profile and everything.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks.
Thank
for
you so
asking
much
us.
for having us.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
That'd be great.
Sounds great.
Okay.
All right, have a
Okay.
great day.
Bye.
Bye.